Welcome back to VCT Verizon Game Changers, ladies and gents. This is it. This is the lower bracket finals, a best of 3 between CLG and Moon Raccoons. And I'm joined, as you guys can see, by Miss Harvey and Evil Cat. Welcome back, you two. It's great to have you both here. Steph, today has been insane. We have seen so many good series, so many good individual plays, but just how good do you feel like this upcoming one is going to be?
You know, the two first matches this day were absolutely crazy. I was at the edge of my seat the whole day. First of all, I can't believe how good Moon Raccoon did, as well as CLG. But right now, we have both teams coming head to head. And we were having a little bit of discussion, Mimi and I, where she's going to go with the new team, the Moon Raccoon players. And I'm still thinking CLG can do it, obviously. But it's going to be a very interesting one because this is a rematch. This is how CLG Red got knocked down into the lower bracket. So I'm excited to see what the strategy is going to be for the picks and bans, because I think it's going to be extremely important for both teams to pick the right maps here, as well as if we're going to see a CLG Red adjusting to post-plant situations, something that it just couldn't do at all versus Moon Raccoon yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, today has been crazy, and I think Steph talks about the Moon Raccoons, and my, am I so excited and so surprised. I don't even know if I want to say I'm surprised. Impressed would be the better word from what we saw from them, because the amount before that, the best anyone's done, the best a women's team in this tournament has done against Cloud9 White was mustering 8 rounds. They brought Cloud9 to overtime and then to the very brink of it in the second map. And while they lost that series, what I saw from the Moon Raccoons just showed so much potential, because this team is really new. This team is young, and they're already putting up those numbers against the most experienced team in this women's scene. So I think it's, or at least in terms of Valorant experience, that is. But I was really impressed with that, and I think also what we saw out of CLG in Game 2 really knocked me off the feet. I thought Dignitas would have been able to get that a little closer, but CLG really were up to impress as well.
I love that as a metric of measuring how good a team is, by how many rounds they can get versus Cloud9 White. It's like, oh, if you take Cloud9 White to double OT, this team is going to be insane, right, on paper. But Steph, you know, CLG up until this point, they've had their ups, they've had their downs, but I feel like they've picked the perfect time to peak. Like, you cannot get a better time than to basically pop off right now.
Yeah, and I mentioned it yesterday as well, how I think that Dig and CLG Red are the type of players and teams that will strive the longer they stay within a tournament. And today, CLG came out on top, but that means they're warmed up. They're ready to go. Moon Raccoon had a big gap between that game and the previous one, while CLG is still ready to go. There was no downtime in between. So I want to see if Benita can bring that energy to the squad that she brought in the last couple of games. Not only was she leading in the game, she was leading on the scoreboard. She was doing a lot of work. I was kind of saying that she was playing Arena as a jet onto the defense side. It was so awesome to seeing her just being all across the map and getting these entry frags and these first bloods for CLG.
Yeah, I mean, I think that you bring that up, that they're coming in warmed up off a really good series, off a really great comeback against Dig to knock them out. And I think that for the Moon Raccoons, I almost feel like from what we saw this morning, they got going strong. They started on the right foot. I'm sure they're feeling good, even though they lost that they're realizing that they're in a shape that they have a chance to maybe beat C9 White if they can make it through this match and make it to that grand final. And I'm guessing that has them pumped up a lot to be ready for that, to try and get through on that. And also they have the advantage of just having watched CLG play. If we see some repeat maps from that last series, they'll have just gotten to watch it, adjust to it, and come in talking that through as a team and being ready for it. So I think that, I mean, we always talk about that, the advantage of if you played right before or not for teams, but I think that either way, I don't think that's going to be the hugest factor, and both these teams have a pretty good shot in it.
I love this two storylines here, because one is CLG want to get their revenge on Moon Raccoons, but Moon Raccoons are like, y'all are just an obstacle for us, so we can then get our revenge on C9 White. But whichever way it goes is going to be a great matchup. But maybe just talk us through, you know, the map pools here. What are you expecting? What do you think is the best way for these teams, both of these teams, to sort of go into this and give themselves the biggest advantage?
Yeah, I mean, we have the map ends. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh yeah, we have the picks and bans here. I didn't realize it was going to come up, but we've got it. And well, it's Icebox, Haven, and Split. So yeah, Mimi, talk us through this group of maps. Of course, CLG chose Icebox.
CLG and Icebox, that is a combination that makes me very, very happy to see. They have a great record on it thus far. The only time they've lost it in this tournament was to TSM in 11-13 fashion, just barely being scraped down on by TSM. So I think that's a great map for CLG. And then after that, I think where we're getting taken to, I don't know why my brain's losing out on that second map for a second. Haven, there we go. Sorry. But that is another one of those really good maps for the Moon Raccoons. One that we saw them, that was the one where they took Cloud9 to overtime this morning. That's the one where they got it so close into this. And then Split is one where in that previous matchup between these two teams, the Moon Raccoons looked really, really good against CLG. So I think that the Moon Raccoons probably have a bit of an advantage in the map pool, but from the way CLG was looking earlier, I think they have a pretty good shot in it.
Well, we're heading into the game now. I cannot wait for this one. Steph and Mimi, take us away.
Thank you so much, Yanzu, and we're jumping into Icebox. But Icebox, I think that's a very, very good map for both teams. I really like the way Moon Raccoon played it versus C9 White, but I have to say though, CLG only fell to TSM on Icebox in the recent map pool. If you guys remember, they beat Owa about, I think it was something like 16-2, Mimi? But
yeah, 13-2 up there.
Oh, 13-2, yes. Oh my God, my CSGO brain. Thank you. We're jumping into this as best as we can, but no Viper this time. So no Sky, no Viper. So we're going to go into more traditional agents here.
Yeah, I mean, I think that these two lineups are kind of what we expected. Talking about like players to watch coming into this, let's keep an eye out for Benita, because not only is she the IGL from this team, leading from the front, like you said, but she's also just been popping off like crazy on this Reyna. And especially from what we've seen on her on Icebox, I think she's really a force to be reckoned with. And on the other side, I wanna shout out the other Reyna in the server. That's Diane, and Diane's great, but what really makes her so good is that dynamic duo of Lori and Diane playing off each other, being that kind of duelist pair that's going in together, working together so well.
Yeah, they did so good earlier today. I'm so impressed by that synergy. If Laurie is popping off, Diana is right there behind her and vice versa. But we're going to be live for last match on the day of this VALORANT between CLG Red versus Moon Raccoon Black in their run. It looks like we're going to have a beautiful war towards A, Mimi.
Yeah, it is towards A to begin with for the Moon Raccoons. They'll disengage for the time. CLG, they have two positioned towards the B site. Not a whole ton of defenses towards mid, but B will be their choice for the moment.
There's two players from CLG Red ready and waiting. Nita is going to get the first kill, but she gets threatened right away by Panini. Now Mido doesn't miss out the shot onto Lori. Trades are getting exchanged, like back and forth here, Mimi.
Yeah, and look at CLG now. They'll pull back. They know that they can play the retake here, but MRB still have 40 seconds on the clock. They'll start to work their way back towards the A site, but so too will CLG. They might actually be second-guessing this here for the moment, not fully committing into the A site, and that's exactly what the Moon Raccoons are doing. Going quickly up here. There should be opposition. That's two players rotating in. The dart won't reveal anything quite yet, but we'll show them there's at least a presence. First up, Diana gets one. She can't overheal off it, but Chobo pushing. She knows there's little time and wants to stop the spike. She can't. She'll still get a frag, and so will Annie Mall. So now it's just Flowerful left in the clutch. Chobo solo on HP, but they swing together, play off each other, and CLG take the pistol.
I don't know if Moon Raccoon overthought this here, going back and forth all across the map. I thought after the initial picks towards speed, they were in a really good position to just eventually push even further, get the spike down, and play that round that way. I call this around the world, where you go back and forth twice, you know, and it was down to the wire on the clock and on the timer, and it wasn't enough time for Moon Raccoon to hesitate once more, and they fall to CLG on the first round of this lower bracket final.
Yeah, and they tend to be pretty good about converting these rounds. Not a huge investment in from MRB, so they should look good to find another here for CLG. However, from the Moon Raccoons, looks like they're getting up into middle and looking for some aggression up from CLG. We do see Animal wanting to get a fight to begin. Spots out two, but looking for more. There's a third in there, and she gets it. They're trying to reply with the pistols, but it can't do too much against Animal's superior arms. Lori is down to that 1 HP. And for the girls of CLG, this should be a pretty easy conversion. Animal gets four. She's so good in these anti-eco stuff.
Yeah, she's really good. She's been a solid killer for CLG all weekend. She's getting these doubles and these triples in really crucial moments. Here it was an anti-eco, but still, we'll take these skills because you want these orbs. She's farming by getting these anti-ecos, and it's going to be our first gun round of this set. CLG still keeping on to their lower weaponry. We have even Chobo on a pistol still. We're going to see a push towards CLG at mid here.
They might be looking for some aggression into this. Diana up top, like that hallmark crosshair of her early on into this one. Maybe has that judge and push away now that her positioning is revealed. And CLG want to hold this tight, but the Moon Raccoons aren't taking things too quickly, not getting overzealous into this one.
A little bit of a pause here into round number 3. CLG, though, not really over-rotating and or being too scared. They're keeping 3-man towards middle A-ish. While Moon Raccoon Black is just waiting for a mistake here. And hopefully that mistake will not be Benita. She looks ready to make a play. She looks ready to make a push. If she's patient enough, maybe she'll get the first blood into this round, but maybe the timer is running out.
Yeah, it's down low, but that's a great paranoia. Lori gets the conversion. They're picking up still. Lori trying to get one, but Chobo's frenzy. Good for that first frag. Tucks away. The rest of CLG, they just want to stop the plant, but it not Han. As the shock starts for one frag. And now, with the plant down, it's dive straight for the lighter buy here of CLG. Naomi, though, does get one. Rise pushing up as well. They've gotten this very close, and Naomi has pressure from the back lines. Fleet Flak down to just 8 HP. And recovering to a weapon and gets the frag as well onto Panini. This is very doable now. It not Han. Last standing, one player, 1 HP. She's popped out the Omen. That was the only healthy one in the server. It's into this 1v1, but Naomi on the rope, ready for it. CLG, they keep it flawless up to 3.
What an insane round from Naomi. I thought she was a done deal flanking. She got spotted, but she still manages to get one extra on top of it. Like you said, she was almost at 1 HP in that 2 versus 1. There was not a lot you could have expected from her, but this is going to bring CLG to a 3-0 on the defensive side of Icebox. Leaving Moon Raccoon, I almost did it again, with 4 sheriffs, 5 sheriffs, a couple of armor, and we're going to be looking at headshotting CLG from afar here, trying to farm some kills. Because we are investing a little bit of money into this round.
Yeah, looks like it. Anita does have that operator available. She's a menace with it in the last one, and just doing it again. Great shot to start things off onto Diana.
CLG, though, playing this pretty well. I like how far they're playing. Only one of their player towards B here is ahead. Naomi might get contact here pretty soon onto Itnahan. And the rest of Moon Raccoon is just kind of slowly trying to gather some intel, but she gets a double right away, dropping the spike. Tremendous work from Naomi in the last 2 rounds. Gonna force CLG kind of try to hold on onto that spike, while Lori here, the sole survivor in that area, trying to find some kills, but Naomi gets a third. Flowerful on the flank, but she doesn't know, but she's crushed here by all 4 members of CLG Red.
Yeah, completely trapped here. Doesn't have the spike in her possession. She has to fight her way out one way or the other. Taking out a commission. A second chance as well for Flowerful. Now she has this into a 1-on-2. Could even pick up an off, but look at the time, Steph. Nothing much for her. She has to move quickly, has to fight in off the yellow box. swing out from Rise. And that's, again, CLG not dropping around, and they'll even get the AWP back into their hands.
Having that operator back into the hands, like you mentioned, is huge. This is something onto Split earlier that we saw how Benita was able to just farm with the AWP and not have to reinvest, because even when she died, their teammates picked it up. And once again, we're going to see her with it towards B. She's going to be making a play, but she's going to be facing potentially 4 players here of MRB, ready to take that orb control.
Yeah.
She's been spotted, but she has to fall back.
Yeah, I mean, you said she was playing this Reyna as if she was a jet, taking aggro lines, dismissing away when she needs to. And that's where she's very strong. Now, I'll recover this orb. We'll slow down for a moment. Wants to fight, but over towards mid. Diana gets a great fight. That's the AWP down.
Yeah.
Very early on, Steph. Resurrection in play, though, for CLG, but Flowerful doesn't want to let that happen. She knows the Sage might be greeting for this. And speaking of greed for position, Robo's pushed up, still gets the frag. Maybe a second chance for her. Knows she'll push away. Lori gets it. However, the Resurrection is up for Benita. Hunter's Fury out trying to do something, and the resurrected Benita again back into the grave. Rise now in the backside, blinded off, holding in close here. Just on the other side, the plant initiated. Wants to come in for a fight, she'll get it. Rise for one onto it, not Han. Now it's a 3-on-3 here. Rise looking for a fight. She knows there's one very close in onto her. Does she know they're right on the other side of the cover? No, but the rest of CLG sure does. Finding impact, and now it's just Lori. A 1v2. Has the blades up. She has to get Rise off the spike, and she'll have to push quickly. Dashes up, and Lori falls. CLG another on the board.
I'm liking the way CLG Red is playing right now with these pushes, that info gathering, as well as these retakes. This is definitely something that we haven't seen a lot from CLG on the last time that they faced Moon Raccoon. And I have to say, I was a little bit scared when Shobo died here trying to fall back, because, you know, that 1-4 trade I don't put in favor of the defender. But then after that, seeing how Rise was able to keep control of the bomb site was tremendous for CLG in that retake. Our paranoia came out right at the exact moment, and I was so impressed with all the skill and ability usage for CLG to put that 5th round in a row. It's still 0 on the scoreboard for Moon Raccoon. A little bit of a change of a tempo here. Actually, you know what? It's been pretty slow so far into this game, and I do think that's when CLG Red excels. If you remember when they faced up the first time, Moon Raccoon was winning rounds when Lure and Diana were disrupting CLG's defense and going hella fast. When Moon Raccoon goes slow, this first CLG is like, don't give us the opportunity to play our game. But Lori with a double coming in inside of A here. 2 versus 3. No resurrection in play this time for CLG, but it doesn't matter. Animal here is gonna get the kill while she gets flanked though. All in the hands of Naomi, and she's been doing so much this half so far. She knows where Nahan is. Gets the kill, and it's a 1 versus 1 spike planted. There's no idea where Panini is, and that's a great position for her to be. That Omen teleport here is doing so much, but Naomi's still getting the 1 versus 1. How did Panini lose this? Naomi swinging her crosshair and her aim as if even herself is kind of puzzled how she's able to win that fight.
Bot coming back.
How is that even an option? Now that we're back into it, how is
I don't
CLG
know.
up 6-0 here? I mean, I had my feet away for a moment, and they're already finding so many rounds in a row, Steph. I mean, if you're in the server, what can the Moon Raccoons do? Because it looks like they'll pause, reset after those 6 losses. How can they change it?
You know what? I don't understand how Moon Raccoon did not win this round. Lori getting these 2 and 3 frags, as well as we have Idna Hunt on the flank. It makes me wonder if they should have not just committed together towards A and planted that spike there to play in a 2 versus 1 instead of giving Naomi a twice 1 versus 1 again, you know? So it's gonna force Moon Raccoon to be on a pistol round here, and it's not looking great so far on their attacking side of Icebox.
Can we talk about Naomi's stuff? She's 11-1 right now. I know that scores aren't always the most important, but when you have a player that you just cannot kill, that is just continually finding impact against you, that's so hard to face up against. Especially, I think, also mentally. When you just can't shut someone down, that's such a tough proposition to even think about for a team.
Yeah, and you know, throughout the whole weekend, she's done tremendous work, but it was more with the ability, the fact that the way that she was holding the bomb sites, not really necessarily with direct kill impacts. But now she's doing both. So huge play coming out of Naomi.
Yeah, CLG, they wanted to get their way up too, but Animal denies. But they're just getting aggro here, damage with the Sheriff, and the shot for Diana. That's big, because now they can recover this up. They could start to snowball this into their control. Hunter's Fury up, though.
Diana here picked up Benita's sniper rifle. Just trying to get a pick, and she's doing a little bit of a diversion as the rest of Moon Raccoon is trying to do a split towards B. But Naomi once again showing why she's that anchor, not letting anyone sneak by her. It's going to be a really tough round for Moon Raccoon. Even though they still have 4 versus 4, the time is running out, Mimi.
Yeah, and look, Naomi could spam through this if she wants to. She'll go for a swing instead. The op's there, but it's just a tag. Naomi converts it. They need her dead. They want her dead. But she's still kicking, still pushing up. And Rise is here as well. Now the flank coming through, but is it too little, too late? Spike almost half won't be. It's just Flowerful dropping into the smoke. Still alive here. A 1v2 now, Steph. This has gotten very down to the wire. She has a gun and swarm grenades too. Everything that she needs to work with is in her hands, but she catches a weird timing onto Rise. Still alive. Another swarm on the bomb. Did she get it off? No, she didn't. The defuse will come through. The spike nullified. And 7 in a row for CLG.
7 in a row, and you know, it's not even that the luck is going towards CLG's red side, you know. It's really a domination so far. Even though some rounds a little closer, you don't even have a doubt that CLG is going to close them. So Moon Raccoon needs to think back about what was working yesterday. They need to focus on being the disruptor and not allowing CLG to be able to pick them off one by one. It's kind of the same thing that happened versus Dignitas. CLG is able to get 1 kill left, but get 1 kill right, and then it's a 3 versus 5. So it doesn't really matter how good you are. You can't just always expect people from Moon Raccoon to get double and triple kills to win these unfavorable rounds.
I mean, that's been the consistent thing that CLG strives at, Steph. It's when they have the advantage, when they're allowed to play a default, but this isn't a default, this is aggression towards A. Just 1 on the lurk, no spike here, but Flowerful finds 2 on the entry. Rise on the trade back, a resurrection in place still, and they'll disengage. Now the fake can come to fruition, but look where the push is from CLG. They have mid control here. Naomi, even if she doesn't cut this off, she'll hear them starting to trundle their way towards the B site, and that allows a resurrection, and this allows advantage in a retake for CLG.
Naomi is ready for the flank. Is Lori gonna be able to catch her? No, she still checks. The timing is gonna be off for Lori here.
They might think it's clear now. Lori ready, spots out 1, Naomi the discipline, and the first shot, that's Lori gone, a second chance, but Panini has the trade. Still Rise is up closer than they'd ever expect, and she'll find 3 in the round. CLG, they haven't dropped 1 yet.
All right, I want to see Moon Raccoon come back into this game. I'm not gonna lie, Lori has been my favorite player of this tournament. The way she's been playing, I just love watching her play. But unfortunately, you know, that chemistry that we saw Moon Raccoon have all weekend long is just not showing up here. It's not a disastrous situation to be here yet for Moon Raccoon. It's 8-0. We've seen CLG kind of crumble when they were ahead quite often, actually, this weekend. So you don't want to think that you can do it. But I want to see the Moon Raccoon having fun the way that they were having fun all weekend.
Yeah, it's I mean, that's what they strive at. They're a young team. They enjoy it. They're just going well. Now, this is definitely not a fun spot. This isn't them being able to enter that flow. Get the frags they need. No, they're getting shut down at every front. They could still muster a half here. They could still muster something, but it could be tough, especially with this off duel. Who's gonna win it? It might be Benita. No, she doesn't hit the shot, falls away the damage, and she will be killed by Lori. Now the plant can come down. They have so much in this post plant, so much to work with. But CLG waiting. They'll work back into this. They'll fight their way into the round. And MRB has a great post plant setup, Chobo. In these back lines, will start the push in with her dart and with that lockdown. Out comes the Hunter's Fury now. That'll delete the space they're trying to gain, but still they're up close. A wall could keep them off tap on the spike. Now the other Hunter's Fury available. Annie Maul pushing, but Lori trading back. You wanted to see something from her, and now she's coming alive. The Mollies will kill one, but Naomi still finds two in the back line. Now time ticking away consistently. Rise needs kills, needs a push. The time's not on her side. She has to hold, and there's nothing left she can do. Finally, the Moon Raccoons get on the board.
Yeah, finally they kind of caught Benita off guard. I expect Benita didn't see how close they were from her. She also unzoomed right at the worst timing possible, as she had probably a kill onto Diana. So this is going to be the first round and needed round from Moon Raccoon. It wasn't exactly what I would like to see, but I'll take it. You know, Lori, like you mentioned, taking these 2 entry frags was huge, but that dynamic duo between Lori and Diana needs to be a little bit better if they want a shot here at getting more rounds into their attacking side.
Yeah, Benita up in a very aggressive spot, but the drone should be able to see her. She's spotted. Now she's forced away.
She's able to get away in time this time, so we'll take it. But there's a lot of CLG players here. We have 3 players from CLG in the bomb side, not in a defensive stance, you know, like right there ready for that attack. And that Sova is so close for that rotate as well.
Yeah, very close in. Lori's still lurking here. She doesn't often do this, but she wants to feed off the aggression that she feels CLG could give her. They need to get overzealous here. The Moon Raccoons, though, just waiting outside the A site, waiting for a chance to come into things. Time now, just down to 40 seconds for them. It'll have to be the committal into this site. Naomi still on the close line, blind up. That initiates the hit. Naomi still here, pushing up. Why would they think she's here? Benita in the back line fighting. Rise has a crossfire. Now the spikes on the floor, and they're pushing into a death trap. Everyone getting torn to pieces, except it not Han, and she's not even on the site. She gets 2, and it's down to a 2-on-3, but time still of the essence. 10 seconds. The Moon Raccoons have to get out now. Flowerful won the wall. Dissuades him for a moment. Have to reload. Have to push. Just the classic in hand. And the shot still through from Flowerful. She has time to plant. Annie Maul late to the show. Just one shot would do it. Flowerful needs to make this perfect. Swing out, looking for the fight. Animal again, winning it. CLG, they're stifling any momentum, any shot that the Moon Raccoons have shown.
Yeah, and again, we've said how CLG strive when a team is playing a little bit too textbook, when a team is playing so slow and leaving 30 seconds left on the timer for them to just utilize their setup so well. So that crossfire, though it came down to a 1v1, CLG was coming out on top of each exchange. So I think I want to see something different. We haven't seen anything different from Moon Raccoon throughout this whole half. Like, we need them to switch something up, and it's probably not going to happen this round because we have another eco here.
Yeah, I mean, they do have the Blade Storms up. They need someone to make a big play. Not going to happen this round because just through the smoke, Rise takes Diane's head off. And look at how confident Benita is. She's fine just sitting in the smoke, running it down. This is an anti-eco. They don't need to do this, but they're doing it anyway. Just pushing up, killing everyone. There's already the best Moon Raccoons could muster is a 210, and I don't even feel like that's very likely.
Yeah, last round in the half so fast. This, I feel like we didn't even got to cast anything. I know that these rounds are taking a long time because of the pace that Moon Raccoon has, but it's been a one-sided affair this whole time. CLG Red never was scared, and they just had money to invest every single round.
I mean, look at the timeline there. Practically all of those have been in post plants that they've lost. They can't hold a post plant for the life of them, it seems.
Yeah, roles of reverse from yesterday. What is going on, Mimi?
It's strange. I mean, this is the one CLG should be winning. This is their best map. This is the best one that's into the series. And I mean, Moon Raccoons, they've only played this map once. They lost to Cloud9 White, but they took 11 rounds off Cloud9 White here. They've only taken 1 off of CLG thus far.
Yeah, this is CLG's best map by far, just because of the showing that they're like, just the way they've played every single team on this map. It's just been great, even though they lost versus TSM on it, which is kind of interesting to think about. Once again, though, first bloods and second bloods coming in from CLG. Gonna be really hard for Moon Raccoon to win this round. Lauri's gonna have to go big here as she gets the first kill, but unfortunately, she's gonna fall to Naomi right away.
Naomi already has 2 frags. Flowerful, the last one standing. Turret keeps her away. I mean, it's already a 1-on-4. They're all peeking at once. And CLG, they'll end the half up 11-1, Steph. Is there a solution in this map, or do they just have to reset, relegate themselves to the future?
Switching sides.
Well, okay, so one thing that is really into Moon's Raccoon's pocket is that they were doing exactly what we just saw to CLG yesterday. So CLG's attacking side has been extremely, I want to say, shy. Once that the spike has been planted, they fall back, and they gave so much room for Moon Raccoon Black to retake, utilizing all of their teamwork and skill set and really push CLG back and win these retakes every single time. Not once in a while, like every single time. So that being said, they're gonna need to wake up here because no one is really in this game so far. 1 round only. This might be too little too late, Mimi.
It might be. It is best of 3, so there's always a chance, but the pistol round would be great. And that's great from Lori. She finds a shot onto Benita, looking for more, still peeking out. And Lori has a second. Panini now in a tough spot. And Chobo jumps with the classic for it. Lori, another chance for a fight up close on her. This is the one chance the Moon Raccoons have. And they're looking better. The dynamic duo, Lori and Diane, doing everything they need. And it will be them, the 2 players we wanted to have hitting their shots are.
Yeah, this is it. I want to see that Jet Lori play where she just like shoots a little, dash away, you know, have fun with her agents, because right now, you know, it doesn't seem like anybody's having fun on Moon Raccoon. But first welcome round, which is going to leave that team with 5 SMGs. I don't think that CLG is going to force. We mentioned how Dig did it twice back to back in the last games, but this hasn't been the style of anybody else here. So CLG on a full save. They're trying to get some information towards mid and maybe catch someone off guard, but Flowerful and Lori are ready.
They are ready and waiting. Flowerful on the other side of the dark cover. You see them all run passing and spray away for 2, looking for some more. And it will be Diane to get the remainder. So good anti-eco from the Moon Raccoons. And they keep everyone alive. This means they'll be able to keep this bonus going. They'll have a little bit of a buy into it. But the thing is that, I mean, think about this, Steph. The amount of rounds CLG found, if they win this one, which normally we'd expect them to, it's practically game over. Because then you need 9 rounds in a row. Like, do you double force here? Do you double down and hope you can stave off match point? Doesn't look like it.
No, I would keep these guns, because if we lose too many players and we still end up winning the round, you need to be able to full buy. So I would do exactly what Moon Raccoon just did. But one thing for sure is first to 13 is really unforgiving. And Moon Raccoon cannot, they don't have any room at all for a mistake here.
Nothing they can do wrong. They have to keep it flawless, keep it perfect. Into this round, Benita has space up towards B already. They're giving a lot because they know they can play close angles. 4 on the site now. Ready. This is against slow. This is what CLG loves, Steph.
Yeah, this is definitely something that CLG feels really comfortable, but look at the minimap. All of Moon Raccoon is ready. There's going to be these 5v5 retakes we talked about where they were so successful in the past.
Yeah, and out it will come Chobo. I mean, she has the first. That's one of the rifles available already hitting. Benita's so aggressive, and Naomi has a flank. Finds one on the spray. Benita low, but still finding frags into this. The Moon Raccoons, they seem scattered, stuck down to the sewers, and out comes the peek from Benita. She takes some more flak. The utility's still up. Moon Raccoons are trying to hold this to half. They won't be allowed because CLG swinging out, winning the fights they need, and closing it to match point.
I can't believe we're already at match point, but the key difference here compared to CLG Red yesterday, dying to these retakes, is that we had two aggressive players here. We had Naomi on the flank, but she was doing like a semi-aggressive flank, as well as Benita trying to push back and forth and at least distract. And that was key here because not all players from CLG Red were stuck towards yellow and towards the left side boxes on that B side. And I think we're going to see a very fast-paced round here where CLG is trying to catch Moon Raccoon off guard. Look at this B setup here.
Yeah, it's in a good spot. CLG, they're looking to just basically 5-man the site. Push right into it. Benita's behind the yellow box. The drone will initiate the contact, but she doesn't know quite yet. They're walking up. She spots the first, finds a frag, needs more though, and can't get it. That's the trade from Annie Mall. Now the wall's down, plant coming in, and the resurrection as well. This could spell disaster for the Moon Raccoons. Naomi, another one. It's just 3 left alive to work in on this retake. The dark cover keeps them away for now, and the post plant setup, well, it's really good. It's everything you need. Diana though, she has this Empress. She has that ultimate ability to work with. Could it be enough? Could it be what the Moon Raccoons need? I mean, they need speed. They need to pick up the pace. They're still not even tapping the spike. And there's Paranoia ready, but Chobo has 2, and they're just getting torn to pieces. 13-3 as CLG so dominantly take map 1.
Incredible how fast this map was. There's not much to say, Mimi. Even at the end, CLG was able to trade the kills properly. It looked like a completely different teams than what we saw yesterday on versus Moon Raccoon. The desk, we were talking about it, but the desk right before us was also mentioning how probably this was going to be like a no match, that we should see Moon Raccoon in the final already. But you know, you can't put, what's the expression, Mimi? We can't put the horse before the cart or something like that. Like, you still have to face CLG Red before getting into C9 White. And it seems like Moon Raccoon was never into this game. And it makes me wonder, really, if what we were talking about not being warmed up and kind of forgetting what we did a little bit earlier versus C9 White, or maybe their energy was drained. They just never were into this game.
No. And I mean, I think that might be a point, but is that even a warm-up for you? Getting, like, rolled over in, like, 25 minutes? That doesn't feel like they even got time to get those players hitting shots. There was a couple cool moments, like the second-round pistol was what we were used to. It was what we wanted to see from the Moon Raccoons, but it was never enough to find solid footing. They never felt like they had a way into this game. But after the break, we'll have to see if Haven is different. We'll be right back.